Niajeni wana sauti, welcome back to The Voice KE. In a move aimed at reforming the justice system and protecting human rights in Kenya, the African Policing Civilian Oversight Forum, APCOF, has released a groundbreaking report in Nairobi, calling for the full implementation of the Méndez Principles on effective interviewing.
Yeah, that's good.
We've been working on this report on investigative interviewing in Kenya for the last 2 years, trying to understand the extent to which Kenya meets its obligations around non-coercive interviewing. As you know, the interview is a very risk-prone time within a criminal justice process. Often this is where you get the allegations of extortion, often you get the allegations of excessive use of force and torture. And these principles around interviewing are designed to minimize those risks.
The report, titled Shifting the Narrative, Upholding Rights Through Effective Interviewing in Kenya, outlines the critical role interviews play in criminal investigations and how poor interviewing practices can lead to torture, coerced confessions, and even wrongful convictions. Have you ever been arrested by a police?
Sure, I have.
How was the encounter with the police? How did they handle you?
For real, I don't think walitumia the right way, because kuvuruto ukiwa na curves, just because at first you know you are not proven to be guilty until the justice system or the law, the court imeprove, but sasa wanakuwa already kama washa maliza kesi yake. The case, first of all, is like wanataka agree toward the charges ama the things zenye already zishaekwa, so it's like wanaforce useme hivyo, and if you don't unaweza pigwa. And the interviewing is not really well, because at first as long as you don't have the lawyer to be present there, unaweza kuwa handled bad to saying what you are not supposed to say. Yes.
So after that incident, was that on field or was it in the police station?
First of all, in the field, niyo kuvurutwa na curves, kupigwa, because you just want to explain sio mimi nini. So ukishafika huko pia lack of somebody mwenye amesomea law kukua hapo, so you think everything they are doing is right until utoke nje you will explain that chenye walikufanyia, the way walikuforce ukasema is not really good.
We are advocating for CCTV in both the interrogation rooms and also at the OB, because we have had cases where I don't want to call them suspect, a victim has been arrested, taken to police, and then transferred to another police station, and nothing is recorded on the OB.
Speaking at the launch, Anne Wanjiko Mwangi, the chairperson of the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, said IPOA is working to ensure greater police accountability. This includes advocating for lawful arrest procedures, firearm regulation, and the use of CCTV cameras and body cam cameras in police stations to improve transparency and evidence collection.
In terms of technology, as IPOA, if you see in the report that you've just launched, we have advocated for strong use of ICT or technology from the time of arrest, that is use of body cams, which I know in future will happen, especially for police during public order management, because even in the standing orders of the police, it states clearly that during time of arrest you should be told why have you been arrested. The police officer should display their number very well, and then as you're taken in the process of taking of statement, there has to be a CCTV camera. That's what we have recommended, and we have given these recommendations to the IG, that the CCTVs will ensure that this particular suspect, if arrested or when arrested, they are taken to whatever police station, it's recorded in the OB, they are in the detention unit, there is a CCTV, because we also deal with cases of death in detention. Some of the death could be as a result of torture or violence meted to the victims, to the suspects. So therefore, all these use of technology will help us through. And the third one is use of recording, Hansard recordings, whereby the victim, in our case, the witnesses are able to give the account of events without being interfered, and then the investigator can transcribe the interviews and also use them as evidence in court.
According to the report, many actors within the justice system, including police, lawyers, and judges, often lack training on effective and right-based interviewing techniques. The Méndez Principles offers a framework for non-coercive, science-based practices that respect the mental and physical integrity of interviewees.
We all work together to change the mindsets of law enforcement officers, but we need to hold them to account. So the other good thing about this report is that it enables us as civil society, individual Kenyans, Gen Zs and everyone to be able to know that they have a responsibility in documenting these experiences so that we push for change.
I also spoke to the head of APCOF, who emphasized that effective interviewing is not just about policing. It's about justice, accountability, and restoring public trust in law enforcement institutions.
Well, as we heard today in the launch, there is a lot of reliance on confession within the criminal justice system, and there's a lot of challenge to those confessions. We don't know how many confessions have been as a result of coercion and are actually false confessions. What we do know is that bad interview practice does result in false confessions, and the more we can strengthen that, the more we can see justice being done.
Civil society organizations and the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights are also being urged to raise public awareness about the safeguards outlined in Principle 2 of the Méndez Principles. The implementation of the Méndez Principles could be a game changer in Kenya's criminal justice system, not just to prevent torture, but to promote a justice process that is fair, transparent, and truly people-centered. Reporting for The Voice KE, my beautiful name is Shadow Collins. Bongo hii.
Tunaona, tunasikia na tutabonga. The Voice.